What up, everybody? Happy Friday night. It is just a little bit after 9. It's about 9:09. What up, everybody? Happy Friday night. Ooh, you can hear my chat. I have my chat up. What up, Jessica? What up, Grouch? Dreambert, what up? LEE, what up? Alright, I'm still getting set up, but welcome. This is downtown Denver. It's been rainy for about the last hour. No snow, but rain. So I think it's going to be a really clear night. I have it in 1080p as well. Hopefully I can keep a strong signal tonight. Welcome, everybody. Hey, Hugh Stevenson, thank you. 25 months, bro. Thank you so much, man. Happy Friday, Hugh. Thank you. Thank you. Chris Scott, what up? Sonia, what up? FYI, it's Churro. Hey, Churro. Thank you, Churro, for letting me know. There's so many people that I'm relearning, and I think it's somebody new, and it's somebody that I'm used to talking to all the time. Thank you for letting me know that, Churro. Hope you can come to the party. What up, General Carvel? What up, everybody? We're in the Battery tonight. We have Linda's car. I was out in a field most of the day today shooting. I had some family and friends that were in town. We took some guns out to the range. It was a super fun day, but I'm a little bit tired. This might be a short one tonight. I'm not sure. I'm going to be out tomorrow night too. I do feel good. As soon as I get outside, it gives me a lot of energy. Partly because it's a little bit chilly. It was probably like 38 degrees today, which is borderline as cold as it's been. I couldn't see my breath, so it's hard to complain when you can't see your breath. And it looks like it's pretty open downtown, which I like. I like a chill Friday night and then ramp up the craziness for Saturday. So hopefully tonight's just very laid back. The Nuggets are also playing right now. I think it's in town. The game was close. I think it's Nuggets Spurs. And it was very close. It was like a 2-point game, and then the Nuggets broke away. So maybe we'll go over by the arena. How was everybody's week? Happy Thanksgiving. I've been eating Thanksgiving food since Wednesday. Who's coming to the party in Riverside, December 7th? Sunday, December 7th. Besides me, I'm definitely coming. What kind of car is this right here? What is this? Oh, it looks like a Dodge. Interesting. Is this an electric Dodge? It's gotta be. No, it's not. I can see the exhaust. Probably hybrid Dodge. I couldn't read what it said. Oh, this is nice. Downtown seems pretty empty. It's super early though. Thank you, Crossed You Up, member for 8 months. Hey, Jeremy and the gang, happy Thanksgiving. Jeremy, when is Josh Blue riding with you? That'd be the most epic night. Hopefully soon. I am going to go to a Nuggets game with Josh soon. And hopefully he'll jump in before or after that. I will find out. Hopefully it'll be... Yeah, I'll give you the heads up before that happens. Probably early 2026. Thank you so much. Crossed You Up 8 months. Thanks for being a member for 8 months, bro. I'm checking the Nuggets score. I don't see that. Ooh, maybe the ice skating rink is on this next block. Okay, the Nuggets game is in the middle of the third, 81-93. Yeah, I think this game might be here. NBA Cup group play. Spurs Nuggets in the NBA Cup. Yes. The Nuggets have a good team. We have 2 players that are injured that are kind of crucial to the team. Christian Brown and Aaron Gordon, 2 of my favorites. But I bet they'll be back like first month of 2026. I think this is where the skating rink is going to be. It's not up yet. Within the next few weeks, we'll see the skating rink here. And then this is the pedestrian mall that they already started lighting up all the trees. I do have some special streams planned for next week. So if you're not busy, probably Thursday, Friday, Saturday, come hang out with me next week. I think it'll be fun. If you want to change your display name, oh cool. I think people probably are rolling with the display name that they picked years ago. I think that's good that people know how to change it. It's good to update that. Amy Zellers, what up? Where's your snow? Here in upstate New York, we're getting slammed. So we haven't had any snow yet. This is almost December. I think the local news said this is as late as it's ever been before the first snow in Denver. We haven't had the first snow yet. So crazy, pretty epic that nothing's happened. I thought it might be tonight, actually. But then it started to drizzle earlier, and I was like, wait, it's really not cold enough for it to turn into snow. And then when I was on my way here, the display in the Tesla said that it was raining when it wasn't. So I was like, okay, maybe it will start raining. And then once I'm downtown here, it looks pretty clear. What up, Michelle? 1957, what up? And the pedicabs are still out too. What was everybody's Thanksgiving like? I did 3 different Thanksgiving dinners. Linda and I went to Costco and got a pre-made kit that had turkey, green beans, mashed potatoes, gravy. Oh. I think this is the Lion. Oh wait, this might be parking. And then we went to my uncle's house and we had another Thanksgiving Thursday, and then we kind of finished it. We had all the leftover stuff today. And it will still probably be kicking tomorrow. This year, the best thing that I think we got from Costco was the sweet potato. Really, really good. Let's see if I can turn right. This is usually where the taxis are. I don't know what it... I'm not sure if the game is here tonight. Something's going on here tonight. Oh yeah, it is here. And they have the red floor for the cup. Look at the floor. We were watching this the other night, and Linda was like, "Why does the floor look like that? It's so distracting." I was like, "It's the NBA cup." She's like, "I don't know what that means." I know that when I looked at tickets earlier in the year, you can get cheap tickets for like 35, 40. The cheapest ones for this NBA Cup series were like 70 to 100. Oh, it's close now. 98 Spurs, 101 Nuggets. Jeremy, it's 105-95 Denver. Oh, nice. I don't think anybody would want to hear this sports radio, but there's good sports radio. A couple years that we were in Orange County for Thanksgiving, we did this pre-made meal that Whole Foods has, and it was really good. I remember it being kind of expensive, but Linda would always send me to pick it up, and I would go to the one, I think it was on, it was just past Sand Canyon on the 405, that Whole Foods. It was a nightmare. You roll in there day before Thanksgiving to pick everything up, and no joke, there were like 70 people waiting, and they would kind of like have somebody come out and yell, and then there were so many people that you couldn't even hear what they were saying. I think we waited there an extra 20 minutes past because they had a projected pickup time, and then when we got there wasn't any place to stand close enough to hear what they were saying, but the food was really good. What up, AJ Lewis? What up? Oh, it's Churro. It's a churro. I like that. It's a me, Mario. Linda and I are watching this horror series. It's called It, Welcome to Derry. And we kind of jumped it. We didn't see either of the first two It movies. I'm not sure why. I think I heard that they got bad reviews, and just based on that, we don't watch them. We liked this new series. I think it's on HBO. But we're about halfway through it. It comes out on Sunday night. Linda wanted to go back and look at the first movies. Oh, this is Larimer Square right here. Wow, that looks really pretty. And really empty. I guess there were a lot of references to the first two movies in the series that we're watching. So we ended up going back and watching It 1, which was not really that impressive. And we're about halfway through with It 2. Not the greatest, not terrible, but kind of right in the middle. By the way, Jeremy Creole is Jeff from Chattanooga. What up, Jeff? This is the first time in the live chat, but frequently watches your streams. Nice. Thank you to everybody that comes in, even if you don't chat and you're just lurking. Thank you for hanging out with us. I think it's kind of down to the VIPs that come and hang out on the weekends now. I think we'll have a slightly bigger viewing audience next weekend, but I like the VIP section. I like the small groups. I think the party is going to be like a really dope little private party. The first one that we had was super cool. We had a lot of space. Everybody got to move around. The second one was so different. It was equally as amazing, but just kind of very unique. And then this one will be unique to the first two. So it's cool. I'm excited to see this new venue. I'm excited to be back in California. I don't know what the weather's been like there, but it hasn't been cold here yet. Pretty much this whole winter season so far feels like September. We were shooting guns in the eastern part of Colorado today. So I spent probably 4 hours standing out in a field, taking turns with some different high-powered guns. Super fun. If I'm talking loud, it's because I've been shooting all day. The shower that you take after you've been to a gun range is the best. You just end up smelling like gunpowder, all your clothes. Went back home, took a much needed shower. Now I just feel renewed. I'm tired, but I feel great. Felzu's in here. What up, Felzu? Are you going live New Year's Eve? Most likely, yeah. I'm pretty sure that I'm going to be in California at that time. I'm going to be in California most of December. Ooh, this guy on my right has his lights off right here. Hey. I think your lights might be off. I think you have your parking lights on.
Parking lights?
Yeah, I think the lights, your regular lights might be off. Check it.
Okay.
I think it's the parking lights.
So
You got it. He said, I see. Yeah, mark it. It was an Indian couple that were playing some loud music. He saw me like flagging him down and he had to turn the music down. Where Lindy and I moved from in Irvine, I would say 75% of our neighbors were Indian, from India. And then maybe 10 to 15% Asian, because we lived right by UCI. And that was a crazy culture shock, like being in such a diverse area and then coming to Colorado. But Colorado has a lot of Mexicans, a lot of Asians, ton of Indians. In the last like 2 decades, it's really become kind of a mixing pot of everything, which is cool. But nothing is as diverse as New York and LA, to me. Jeremy is always the headlight monitor, right? If I'm gonna get the key to the city, it's for the 500th citizen that I've gotten to turn their lights on. We have to be creeping up on 500. It feels like we're in the 400s. Okay, Torchy's Tacos on my right, one of my favorite taco spots. Vinyl Nightclub on the left. I don't know why there's already cops out front. One of them is a supervisor. Oh, one of them's fire department. Oh, and also in Riverside, they have really pretty lights in that main downtown area. And after we do the party, we're probably going to walk around in that outside area. So if you're coming, bring like a set of gloves and a hat so you can walk with us. Jack and Neve, what up? Julio, what up? Shoot, I turned one too early. There's something I want to see back there. I finally remembered to switch the case out. Last week, I left a case that I have that's kind of bulky, and the gimbal didn't like it. But I remembered tonight to put on this slim case. Echelon Sky Denver, what up? I want to check out this Cadillac back here. Wow. El Dorado. Look at the white walls. They're only selling one car at this dealership. This is it. Wow. This looks brand new. I didn't expect it to be this clean. There's a sign by the rear view that says, "Please do not touch." I'm gonna try to zoom in. It's gonna be kind of shaky, but see if you can read anything else on it. Hold on, I'm gonna try to steady it against the window. Oh, girl just came out. Hold on. Sorry, a girl walked out right when I was doing that. She's like, damn it, I just washed that window. Still not stoked on the zoom on this camera. I might use my other phone next week. I'm not sure yet. I like the picture quality of this new phone, but it's not stable, and I'm not good. Either I'm not good with the zoom or it's not easy to zoom. Let me see if I can. The vehicle is not for sale. All I can see is "please do not touch" on top, and then "vehicles not for sale." Travis Barker has a big Cadillac collection in LA. He has a Cadillac tattoo on his chest too. Here's what we're in tonight. This is Linda's Tesla. Woo, it's brisk out here. I was a little tired and now I'm not. Goodfellas vibes. Hold on. Ooh, I had to switch the mic back over. I like that they have lights for the bike lanes. That's what this is. If I can zoom, hold on. This is for the bike. So it's telling you right there, bike lane almost stopped, bike lane stopped. I like that. This is Spear Boulevard. We're gonna go take a lap in Cherry Creek and see what's up over there. I did think it would sprinkle a little bit on us tonight. I thought about wearing boots and I was like, no, it's not gonna snow. If anything, it'll just rain a little bit. When we get to Cherry Creek, I will show you a couple pictures from today. Oh no, this dude's riding a donut on the front. Looks like he's got an e-bike tire on the front. The donut. Hey, Zach Stuff. Thank you so much for the gifted. I missed that. What up, Zach? And thank you, Felzu, for the gifted. Dang, my two of my favorite chatters, Felzu and Zach Stuff. I was just thinking about Zach earlier today. We had a bunch of guns out and a bunch of knives. Shout out to Zach. Thank you so much. And Felzu, what up, bro? Sorry, I have my chat phone in my pocket from what I got out. What'd you guys think of that Cadillac? Has anybody ever seen the movie Peggy Sue Got Married with Nick Nolte? Not Nick Nolte. Nicolas Cage. Nick Coppola. I used to think that movie was kind of cool. I like almost every Nick... Well, I don't know if I should say that. I like a lot of Nick Cage movies. A lot of the early stuff. Especially Raising Arizona. I was telling some of my cousins about Zach Stuff YouTube channel earlier. But for anybody that doesn't know, my mod in the chat, Zach Stuff, he's got his own YouTube channel. He does a lot of cool members only stuff. You should check it out. If you're into EDC, if you're into knives at all, you're gonna love that channel. And thank you, Sonia. Dang. Thank you guys so much for the gifted subs. Thank you, Sonia. That's super sweet. Thank you very much. So this is Cherry Creek. The right side, Cherry Creek Mall. I keep saying that I'm going to do a live stream inside. I don't know if people would like that or not. It's kind of been the same style of mall ever since I was here in the 90s. There just aren't a lot of malls, besides Mall of America, there aren't a lot of malls I want to hang out in. But there is one in south of Denver, there's one called Park Meadows. I like that one. And there's one in Louisville that's not bad. I think that one's Flatirons Crossing. I used to love malls when I was a kid. I'd always hit up Spencer's Gift. I would always hit up like Tower, Sam Goody. And I used to buy a lot of posters. I still buy a lot of posters. It sounds like you're saying moles. That would be cool. I have a lot of people haven't seen old school malls. Yeah. I like the movie Mallrats too. Okay, we walked through here last time. I don't think we need to go through because it's closed down. Which kind of surprises me. Friday night, you'd think they'd stay open till 10.
Why do you think that's so funny?
My grandma would always take me to the Tyler Mall when I was a kid. Last night, I watched the Tyler the Creator performance. If anybody knows what Camp Flog Gnaw is, it's like a festival / carnival. Tyler the Creator puts it on. It was like Clips, A$AP Rocky, Childish Gambino, Tyler the Creator. Super, super fun live performance to watch if you're into that. A couple years ago, I started watching concerts on YouTube, and now I probably watch like 4 or 5 newer concerts, like English DJ sets that I would never see, just really like obscure stuff, and then I'll go back and watch 70s concerts, 80s concerts. It's one of the things I love about YouTube. I love all the tutorials. You can basically learn about anything for free. I'm a visual learner, so right now I'm watching a lot of 3D printing videos, learning from people's success and mistakes in the materials they use in their 3D printers, designs that don't work, designs that are good. Felzu, it's not this sailboat. It's not a sailboat, it's a schooner. I love that. I think Mallrats is one of the most quotable movies ever. I think that was Jason Lee when he was a Scientologist too. I think he's no longer a Scientologist. But those were the Scientology years. When I was really young, like middle school, high school, I used to get this VHS sent to me every month. It was called 411 Video Magazine, and it was so 411 was a skateboard magazine, and then 411 VM was the video cassette, and they used to feature him all the time. Kids in my high school had the Jason Lee shoes. I just remember him being a pro skater. One of my friends that I stay with in LA, he has a bunch of old Jason Lee skateboards. Some of them are like the old fish design. He used to be big. Rodney Mullen, Jason Lee. And then when I saw him on Mallrats, I was like, oh, that's so cool. It's like seeing Tony Hawk in Gleaming the Cube or something. It was so cool to see like a X Games type athlete crossover. And then he got My Name is Earl, or no, Vanilla Sky I think was after that, which I thought was pretty decent. Made Linda watch that. I don't know if she liked it or not. I thought it was cool. That's back when Penelope Cruz was cool. I'm not sure if she still is or not. All right, I'm gonna try to park here and show you this tree. Or actually, I'll pull into this parking lot. See this purple tree on the left? I like it a lot. I'm gonna see if I can pull into this bank and just peep it. I did some Christmas lights this year. At our townhouse. Thank you again, Zach Stuff, Felzu, and Sonia. for making new members in here. I've seen these lights for sale. Somebody wrote me an email and said I need to get these for my office. But I think it would be epileptic for a lot of people. Jeremy, my granddaughter, wanted to say hi. Hey, what up? 707 Humboldt, what up to you and your granddaughter? Happy Friday night. Pause and Pose, what up? Happy Friday. I worked in a mall called Cinderella City in Inglewood, Denver suburb. I think it was demolished in the 90s. Jess, that's awesome. I'm always telling people I went to North Glen High School, and when I was going to middle school, so I went to middle school, a place called Huron Middle School. It was on Huron Street, and right behind that middle school was North Glen Mall. So we would skip class and then go to the mall during regular school hours. That was in middle school, we were doing that. And then in high school, it was kind of the place to hang out. Orange Julius, Auntie Anne, hot dog on a stick, stuff like that. Chick-fil-A. And then they ended up condemning that mall because they were going to put sort of like strip mall style buildings around the outside. And I think they determined that it was going to take more than a year to demolish that mall. Ooh, a cop just went by us. Did you see the lights? Oh, look over here. A cop went by us to the left, and there's an ambulance passing over here. And so what they did was they turned that, since they were going to bulldoze this mall and demolish it, they turned it into this huge haunted house. I think they did it for 2 years. I remember for sure they did it for 1 year because everybody in my high school went and worked there. And we went so many times to that haunted house, but it was one of the best haunted houses I've ever seen. It was called Brutal Planet. I want to say it was in like 97, probably around like, well, maybe even like 95, 96. Anyway, it was called Brutal Planet, and they picture a whole mall that they had everything to work with. The escalators, the elevators, every shop, so many huge hallways to do spooky stuff. It was awesome. And I had so many friends that worked there, and they paid really well. I think admission was like $25, and in the 90s, that was a lot of money. You could buy a CD for like $10.99 at Sam Goody back then. Back Rooms, spooky. I just watched the Back Rooms on YouTube. Has anybody else watched that? I went through the whole Back Rooms series. Playing Uno and watching Jeremy. Nice. Oh, okay, I'll show you a couple of pictures from earlier. Hold on. My cousin was in town. He lives in Ohio, and they have very relaxed gun laws in Ohio. And he has more than 10 rifles, and he brought out a bunch of rifles, bunch of suppressed rifles, which were really cool. We were shooting tannerite, if anybody knows what that is. So tannerite is an explosive. And so we filled these little packets, and we put these inside of cantaloupe, bags of flour. So we would just like cut a piece out of the cantaloupe and then put the bag inside. So when you shot the cantaloupe, it would explode everywhere. This is a bag of flour with a really big explosive. We mixed a couple big ones like this. It was crazy. When the bag of flour would explode, it went all over everything. Then we had these 2-liter bottles with explosives behind them. You can see the explosives are like chilling behind, so it would blow it up into the air. It's super cool. There's my cousin. And everybody that showed up brought their guns, and so we just had a big selection of really cool stuff to play with. We probably shot 2,000 rounds, I'd say. Hold on, I think I have a video of some of the explosions. Hold on. All right, this is kind of what it looked like when it would explode. So it'd just be like a plume of smoke. What I didn't realize though was that when we were shooting the flour and the flour would explode, like bags of flour, like cooking flour, it then rained all over us. And so it would be like this big white, it almost looked like when a fire extinguisher or a fire hydrant would blow up. It was just boom, straight into the air. But then we were looking and we were just like covered with flour, the guns all over us. It was like raining flour for a little bit. It's the first time I've done it with flour. .230 left in the Nuggets game. Spurs lead by a point. Oh no. Raining flour sounds messy. It was also kind of weird to breathe, to be honest. Like, we had a couple dogs out there with us. The dogs were like acting weird with all the flour in the air. Is there a drone show after the game? No, there's a drone show. So in Denver, they did this last year. Maybe they've done it multiple years, but for sure last year, the last 10 days of November, they do a drone show every night, and then every night in December. So I think it's either 40 days or 44 days of free drone show, and it happens above Ball Arena. So Ball Arena, where we were earlier, where the Nuggets are playing right now, that's where the Avalanche and the Nuggets play. 7 o'clock is kind of when these games start. They start between like 6:30, 7:30. So as you're walking into the Avs game, you park right behind the arena. As you walk in, you look up and there's this cool drone show. My cousin hasn't seen it. He was asking me what it was. It's a lot of Denver related things. Like, there's a big statue at the airport called Blucifer. It's a big Bronco kind of up doing a wheelie, like, and it's up on its back legs. It's all blue and it has red eyes, and people call him Blucifer. Look that up if you haven't heard about that. It's like a cursed statue out there, apparently. They have that. They have the two kind of stick figure things that are in front of the Coliseum, which are really cool. They have Union Station, ski resort stuff, reindeer, Santa. But yeah, we missed it. I was going to start the stream last weekend with it, last Saturday, and I got downtown at like 7:20. There was a crash on the highway, so I didn't get down there in time. But before the season ends, I will get that drone show. We will have footage of that. If you live in Denver, go out and check it out for free. Probably the best place to look at it is from Lohi, which is an area of downtown just west of the city. Lower Highland is what that's short for, I think. You look back and you have the whole city skyline, but then the drone show right in front of it, and I think it looks really cool. Eli Poker, what's up? Jay Whittier checking in. What up, City of Whittier, where the girls are prettier? T. Lucero, what up? Brandy, what up? All hail Blucifer. All right, let's drive for a little bit. Welcome, everybody. Happy Friday. Right now, this is my wife's new car. She got this self-driving Tesla. I like this feature that has the cameras all over the car. I think it's awesome. And I just put these lights in for her. Lights in the front seat and the back seat. There's a light that goes all around here. I have it turned way down because there's a reflection, but I think that's a cool little feature that they put in the Tesla. But this is her little battery car. Whoops. Jive turkey. Let's see. La Nina affecting snow patterns. Echelon Skyden. Have been watching for a couple. Ham radio. Hey. Thank you so much. Echelon Sky Denver. I appreciate that. Thank you, man. Hey, Jeremy, we feel sorry for the poor Jeep being left out in the cold. My Jeep has been getting a little bit... I drove it today. That's why I decided to leave it at home tonight. It got a workout earlier. I like that Jeep a lot. It just cost me a lot to run it. People were telling me that in LA. They're like, you picked probably the worst vehicle, like gas mileage wise, in the area where gas is the most money. Right now gas in Denver is $1.99 for regular. Hold on, I'll show you when I was just at Costco. Now I can't find it. It wasn't even at Buc-ee's. So Buc-ee's has really cheap gas. There's a Buc-ee's not too far from here. Usually they have the cheapest gas, but Costco had $1.99 gas for regular. And then I think it was like $2.05 for premium. And I remember paying like $6 and $6.50 a couple years ago in LA. And then they were like, especially the place right in front of the bus station, Union Station, downtown. There's a place there that is consistently $7.99. They don't want to put it up to that $8 mark, but they have no problem leaving it at $7.99 a gallon. I always wondered who would just like stop and get gas that was $1.50 more. And then over time I was like, maybe it's like their employer paying for it, or they're on the way to an airport and they don't know that there are other options. Hey, Nightmare, what up? Johnny Cats, what up? I think we're going to explore a new area right now because I don't really know where we're going. Ooh, let me focus it for you. Buc-ee's has really good fudge. So every time that I go to Buc-ee's, at a bare minimum, I'll get a vanilla root beer, which a tall vanilla root beer. It's their own brand, Buc-ee's brand, 79 cents, and it's big. The cup is very sturdy, and 79 cents for a huge fountain drink like that, that's like 90s style. And then they have a really, really nice jerky bar. And so one of the employees told me that they can give you up to 3 samples. So I'll go and I'll sample 2, usually like ghost pepper or steakhouse, something like that. But then I'll buy a pound of Bohemian garlic beef jerky. And anybody that knows me, I'm root beer connoisseur, beef jerky connoisseur. That is some of the best root beer I've ever had, that Buc-ee's root beer. But one of my favorite beef jerkies of all time, Bohemian garlic from their jerky bar. There's also a sporting goods store here called Scheels. Scheels, I think. Oh, look. This is a book thing with a bench. You can read your book right there. There's a department store called Scheels. And inside, if you don't know what that is, maybe look it up on YouTube. You walk in and there's this enormous aquarium. I can't even describe how big it is. It's huge. And then they have a whoa, this is narrow. They have a Ferris wheel inside. They have a bowling alley inside. There's one of those like gallery shooting ranges that's for kids. Like you shoot the bear and his pants fall down, or you shoot the cup on top of his head and it blows up in the air. That kind of stuff, which I think is awesome. They have one of those at Casa Bonita too. So this is the neighborhood just south of Cherry Creek. But in that Scheels, they have a really cool Lego section, which is what Linda likes. And then they have a really cool e-bike section. And a really deep, expansive gun area. They have old pistols in there that are like $7,000, $8,000, which is crazy, like old revolvers. This looks like an old, oh yeah, campus lounge. That's looking very old. And then this, I think this used to be an auto shop that maybe they turned into coffee. Whoa, and look at that truck. That old milk truck. Ooh, that might be the thumbnail. If I can hold it steady. Refrigerated. Nice. So yeah, super chill night in Denver, which is good because I didn't have a lot of energy to get crazy tonight. If we're gonna get crazy, we'll do it tomorrow night. I think I might be a little too far forward on this. Oh, there we go. I went to Denver University, which was very close to here, DU. And when I was going there, I lived right across from this place called the Ricci Center. Ooh. This is a big liquor store. And then Bonnie Bray ice cream. This is old school right here. I think there's one of these in Pasadena by my friend's house. But this one's in way better shape. Has anybody ever been here before? Bonnie Bray ice cream. Wow, that looks old. They used to have a place in Iowa called Softy that was really good. And what's the one in Carlsbad? Mendelssohn's or Mendel's, something like that. They have one in Newport Beach too. It's one that's always open late. I'm trying to dip into these neighborhoods here because this is kind of a little bit upscale houses, like some decent expensive houses. Some of them start decorating early. think I'll probably end up driving around Santa Ana for a little bit and looking at some lights. I know a couple of the hotspot areas. Is this a house on the right? Whoa. Is that one person's house? Whoa, it's a big Yeti. Yes, I love the Yeti. Wow, I like that. Sorry, I'm trying to get it to zoom or focus. Wow, this might be that jellyfish lighting that's just there year round. So I actually noticed this house from the other side. I like how this looks too, just the white. What's in front of the Yeti? Oh, it's like a Christmas Explorer. Looks like the guy from Dig Dug, the Nintendo game. Is this one house? It's gotta be. Wow, that's a cool house. I do have copyright-free music playing. Every once in a while, it'll be a cool track. A lot of the time, it's just very sleepy stuff. But the last time that I came out, Saturday, I got a copyright strike for that one. What happens is it either runs with no ads, which means that there's no like $20 in ad revenue or whatever. But sometimes if it detects a copyright song, it gives that revenue to the copyright holder of that music. So if you see ads running, like just any of the ones that have copyright, there's still ads playing on it and they're generating money, but not for me. It'll be like Carlos Santana getting the money because we rolled down the window and somebody was bumping some Santana. So it sprinkles all that money into his Scrooge McDuck bank account. Oh yeah, that's the Abominable Snowman. Thank you. I think I recognize him from those old stop motion cartoons. That's right. You're correct. Abominable Snowman. I like those. I like all the Rudolph ones, all the stop motion ones. Let me see how far we are from D. Yeah, I used to live in this area when I was going to DU. And where I was living at the time, that's part of the highway now. And when I moved in, they said you can live here for a year, but the place is already condemned.
Feet, bear left to stay on South University
And
Boulevard.
I was like, why would you let me move in if it's condemned?
Now bear left to stay on
And
South
they said, oh,
University
because it's
Boulevard.
going to take a year to get to this part of the highway for the construction. And so I ended up living in this apartment. And at the time, it was a really cheap apartment. It was right across from the Ricci Center, which is right around the corner from here.
In 500 feet, turn
And
right onto East
something
Adams
about
Avenue.
DU at the
Then your
time,
destination will
this
be on
is
the
like
left.
1999, 2000s in that time. They were one of the first universities to require that everybody have a laptop, and all of the different classrooms that you would go in had an outlet and then a telephone cord, so you could do 56K
In
dial-up.
500 feet, turn right onto East Jewel Avenue.
And I remember at the time people were so upset, like, oh my gosh, they're requiring everybody to buy a laptop. And back then, laptops were not cheap and they were not small. But I had a laptop and I took it to all my classes. They would send us like, oh shoot, look at all the people in the parking lot right here. Oh, this is the hockey team, I bet. DU hockey team. I used to go to a lot of hockey games at Ricci Center. Oh, and also right across from my apartment complex, the one that was condemned, lacrosse field. I got to watch a lot of girls lacrosse. Not a huge fan of lacrosse in general, but I do like to watch girls play lacrosse, which is actually pretty big here in Colorado. I knew a lot of friends that had girls lacrosse teams that would compete here in the state. Okay, this building right here on the right, this was always here. I had a bunch of friends that went to DU that lived here. That didn't get torn down. This steeple right here, that's Ricci Center with the golden top. This apartment complex was here. And then where that bus is turning in right there, that's a big parking garage. That's where the apartment that I stayed in. So this was a tiny apartment building. I lived right there. And then right here, that building in the middle, those are dorms, those two buildings. And then these two buildings were dorms. So at DU, they require that you stay in the dorms, or they did require that you stay in the dorms for the first 2 years. But I didn't have to. I got exempt. And the even cooler part was I lived right there, right across from the dorms. Like the dorms actually looked down onto my apartment complex that was right here. And then this street right here, this is High Street. I would come up this street to go to the campus, because the campus is like right over here. So the street is High Street. And at the end of High Street down here was the first ever Chipotle. And it looked like something that wouldn't even be there for a couple months. And it was kind of the first time that I remember having it be like a burrito bar where they had a bunch of different stuff that you could just add on down the line. And there was barely any place to sit inside. If you look up on Google or on the internet, where was the first Chipotle? It was right here. So the corner of High and Evans. And whenever I walk into a Chipotle, they have the picture from the first ever Chipotle, and it was right here. It's just so funny because I remember people being like, oh, we should go check it out. And then we checked it out. It was decent, but we were like, yeah, that's fine. There's a lot of other places that are better. And then there was another Chipotle, and then another Chipotle. And then I think they might have even gotten acquired by McDonald's. So then they just started showing up everywhere. Linda and I were playing golf with somebody, and we were talking about how we kind of prefer Qdoba to Chipotle, which is another burrito bar place like that. This is the campus right here. This is DU campus. So a little breezeway that goes across the road. This is where all the classes were. The main campus is on both sides right here. The person we were playing golf with said, oh, you like Qdoba. Do you know who started that? And we said no. And he said, oh, the couple that started Chipotle, they ended up getting a divorce, and the wife started Qdoba. So she took what she knew about Chipotle and made her own restaurant called Qdoba. There's a Ben and Jerry's right here. Two Hands fresh corn dogs. Linda loves that place. Taco spot that's good right there. I used to eat a lot of Chipotle before the quality went down and the price went up. Before guacamole was like $2 extra a scoop. I used to eat it a lot. And all these different locations. Every time I walked in, right when you enter to go into the line, pretty much in every location, the very first picture that's there is of that original location right by where I went to school. Early night for me, big baby plans tomorrow. Hey, Rockin' Desert Rose, Marcy Lynn, have a great night. Thank you for chilling with us. Another fun fact and something that started in Denver, I had this tough guy police officer that was the guy in charge of policing our high school. So this is right before Columbine, but they had like safe schools policy in my high school. You couldn't wear any solid colors. You couldn't wear chain wallets. There were a lot of different policies, like dress code restrictions that they thought kept us safer. It was called Safe Schools Policy. The schools I went to, middle school and high school, it was Adams 12. So the school district adopted these crazy policies. And we had this tough guy cop that he was a pretty big dude. Like, he was pretty beefy on top. And then he wore the bulletproof vest, which made him even thicker up top. Kind of looked like he skipped leg day, but he had a really big upper body. And when I was, I think, a freshman in high school, we used to go to Blockbuster Video and rent the craziest stuff they had. It would be like Jerry Springer, Too Hot for TV, Faces of Death, like all the like most risque stuff that they would let you rent at Blockbuster. We would rent that. And then they would have these fighting videos. It was called UFC. And UFC started here in Denver. So when it started, we started getting the videos and seeing these fights, everybody at my high school was just kind of asking our cop, like, when are you going to get in there? You know, you always act like you're this big tough guy. When are we going to see you in the octagon, UFC? And so he ended up going and competing, and he got cooked. Like, he got beat. It looked like he got beat within an inch of his life. And back then, when UFC first started, you would have to fight like 2 or 3 times a night. Meaning, if you won the first round, then you had to fight again, maybe even 2 times that night. And so people were getting really beat up. And then also back then, I don't think they had weight classes. So it'd be like huge Samoan guy versus like a little tiny wily guy. It was crazy. And so we used to watch all of those early UFC fights. I knew some people that went to the super early ones. I never thought that would get big. Just like Chipotle, I was like, oh, this is not going to make it. No one wants to see like Roman gladiator stuff. And now look at it, like UFC is so big. Sometimes in my algorithm, Slap comes up. If anybody knows what Slap is, Dana White, the guy that started Ultimate Fighting Championship, he has a new project called Slap, where people they brace themselves by holding a handle with their left hand, and then they slap somebody. It's round to round, so they slap somebody and then they get slapped, and then they slap somebody and then they get slapped, over and over until somebody either gets knocked out or taps out. again, I'm like, I don't think that's gonna last watch in 25 years. It's huge. Yeah, and the slaps are crazy. Like sometimes they hit them with the bottom of their palm as hard as they can, like point blank to the face. My wife Linda, she can't watch any hand-to-hand combat, anything. Like anytime people start fighting, she has to take out her phone, look away. She can't handle like any violence. But like I said, I grew up watching like the banned VHS tapes from Hollywood Video. And the early, because I was there for the dial-up internet, when they had CDs. Like you'd be at Kmart and they'd have a blue light special that gave you, 30 hours of AOL, and you'd go back and you'd put in the information and have dial-up for free for 30 days. And I'd watch E-Bombs World. That was the original E-Bombs. The original YouTube, which is probably like 17 years ago now. Yeah, I'm old. I was there for that. I was there for the beginning of that. And I was alive when there was just one movie channel, and it was HBO. And then if you were lucky, there was like Cinemax, Showtime. And then when Stars came out, everybody's like, oh, this is just too many channels. Four options. We're spoiled. Now you can stream anything that's ever been made in any era, like instantly. Any music that comes out, you'd have to like hang out with somebody specifically that owned a CD that you wanted to listen to, because you'd have to listen to music one CD at a time. If that CD got scratched, you're just cooked. You don't even know what happened during that part of the album. There was HBO 2. Yeah, that's when HBO 2 came out, that's when you knew society was spoiled. I remember going to school and talking to everybody about the movie that was on HBO, because there was only one HBO. So it was like, oh my God, did you watch Monster Squad last night? And they're like, of course I did. It was the only thing on. Shannon Hansen, what up? KD, what up? Joe Lee. Are all three of those ladies coming to the party? KD, Joe Lee, Shannon. The party is creeping up. All right, we're seeing a little bit of flurries right now. It's 42 degrees, so we still haven't had our first snow here in Denver. Echelon Sky Denver, we worked our way through the public library, ripping as many CDs as we could, check out on a daily basis the entire summer, built a massive library, 7,000 hours of music. Ooh, the dude next to me just peeled out. Did you hear that? Oh, he's scared now. He just schooled his mom's tires, maybe on accident. Yeah, I remember ripping CDs. My mom was the one that turned me on to getting free DVDs and CDs from the library. I didn't even know that was a thing until she started checking stuff out for free. But one of the most epic summers for me was a friend of mine learned how to rip Xbox games onto a hard drive inside the Xbox. So the Xbox was the first console, to my knowledge, that had a removable hard drive that you could upgrade. And so we took out the small, it was probably like 5 terabytes or something. Or no, way under a terabyte. Yeah, we probably put in like a 1 terabyte drive into the Xbox. But there was an app, since you could flash the BIOS on the Xbox, it was Linux, so you could just flash the BIOS, put whatever kind of operating system you want. And since it was Linux, we had all kinds of applications that would rip games. Whoa, bro. And that was the summer that Blockbuster introduced unlimited rentals. on movies and games. I think the reason that they did that, I'm not positive, but I think it's because they used to sell the previously watched stuff. So like, let's say Office Space came out and they had 50 copies. After the run was over, they would sell them at the front. So you could rent it for $4 or you could buy it for 11, something like that. And so my Xbox, which I still have, it's in my living room right now. I probably ripped 150 Xbox games. And this is back when games were like $30, $40 a pop. So I had every Xbox game I wanted, I had. And then I had a bunch that I really didn't care for, but I just got obsessed with like collecting, basically. I had extra room on the hard drive. I had the unlimited pass at Blockbuster. And some of them are so funny. Like, I have Leisure Suit Larry on there. If anybody knows what that game is, that's hilarious. I have a really fun jet ski game, which I never thought that I would like, but that one's amazing. A really cool snowmobile game. This is a Gentleman's Club right here. Oh no, they're playing Squabble Up by Kendrick Lamar. Squabble Up. Squabble Up. Oh, they're not going in. Squabble Up. Squabble Up. Oh, the bouncer came out and scared him away. Last time I heard Squabble Up was last Saturday in Cherry Creek when we got out and we were walking around that little outdoor pop-up mall area, and they were playing Squabble Up mixed with Christmas stuff. We had party lines on our phone. Yes. Can someone make a cardboard cutout of me and stand it next to the bar? That's awesome. I wonder how many Gen X peeps are still in collections for Columbia House. Ooh, I used to have so many of the buy one CD at regular club price, get 10 for a penny, and then you just have to buy 20 at regular club price. Jeez, looks like a gremlin broke out of the back of that car. Was the CD place called like DDG or something like that? I used to get so many offers in the mail. Get 10 CDs for a penny. And then you just have to buy 5 or 10 at regular club price. And then that club price was like $4 more than Best Buy. You get first dance with Virtual Me. That's awesome. I recently joined the Ray Hunter project looking for IMSI catchers spoofing cell towers. Oh, cool. When you said Ray Hunter project, one of my favorite games that I ripped on Xbox was called Headhunter. And whenever I tell people about this game, they haven't heard of it. They didn't know it existed. Oh, this girl's dancing right here. Oh, she's doing the Tootsie Roll. Oh, let me see that Tootsie Roll. This game, Headhunter, it was basically like Grand Theft Auto. You start out on a motorcycle. You're riding around, getting in little missions and quests. And before you have, so like picture a first person shooter where if you don't have a gun, they just have like a fist and you have to like punch somebody and steal their gun in order to get a gun. In this game, next to the fist, so next to the punch, was an icon of a dog. and that was your dog that you rolled around with. And you could move that weapon you could like cycle through the weapons until the dog came up. And when you pulled the trigger on the dog, he would run around the corner, maul the guy that was around the corner, and bring back the bloody gun. And that's how you got your first gun. So let's say like you just ran out of ammo and you know there's 2 guys around the corner that have guns. You just switch over to the dog icon, hit trigger, then you see like a little cutscene of the dog run around the corner, maul the guy, grab his bloody gun, and then come back and hand it to you. And then instead of being out of ammo, you have his gun. I thought that was such a cool little feature. I never saw any other game pick that up or like copy that feature. I loved playing Doom on Macintosh. I played Doom. I thought that was fun. I used to play Wolfenstein 3D on my original Apple. I also had that turquoise iMac, the ugly blue one that looked like a fish tank. I had that. I bought it from Circuit City back when that was a thing. And that was like the iMac that started the whole computer behind the screen thing. I don't know if anybody knows about Raspberry Pi, the little electronic box that you can make, Raspberry Pi. They have, so Linda and I are looking at 3D printers to get, there are these really cool screw-in holders for like a Mac, little Mac Mini. So basically now, like you can go to Costco, buy a really nice QLED TV for like $400, 65 inch, something really nice. Put this little holder behind it, put a Mac Mini in it, and you basically have like for $700 the best iMac that they could make, because you have a Mac Mini with a nice screen glued to the front of it. Hey, Wu-Tang Life, thank you for the membership, bro. Man, those mopeds are everywhere. Such a fail. They are everywhere. Oh my God, you played XCOM UFO Defense? I haven't played that. I used to play a lot of Battlefield. And then this game called Mercenaries, which Mercenaries was like a war game that you had this directory and you could pull up anything. You could have them deliver a tank, deliver a jet, deliver any kind of ammo and guns, and it would just airdrop to you. It was so cool. And it was like a big open server game. If you watched the Denver drone show here this year, this is one of the things that's featured. The train station in Denver, Union Station. Oh, and this girl is not cold at all. Oh, their walk was synced up for a second. This area with the Christmas tree, this is where the spray ground is when it's warm. This is Friday night. It's about 10:30. Feels like we have the city all to ourselves. This area right there is where the spray ground fountains are. Ooh, 2 pretty dogs right here. Peeing on all the Christmas tree lights. Let me check the score. Oh no, the San Antonio Spurs pulled it off. Oh, I'm trying to focus it right there. 139-136. Nuggets lost. Dang, they have the same record, 13-5, both teams. we won. I want to say we won pretty much all of our preseason games, and then we lost a couple right off the bat. Then we won like 7 or 8 in a row. But 13-5 is not too bad. It's good enough to be like best in the conference so far. Viva la Spurs! I ride my bike through them when it's hot. All right, so right now we're in downtown Denver. We're kind of close to Larimer Square. Larimer Square is like 2 blocks away. See these people creeping out of this parking garage to the right? This is one of the places I park when I go to Ball Arena. You can go to the actual arena and pay $35 to park, or you can find one of these garages and pay like $20. Hey, thank you so much, Ellie, for the 5 gifted. I'm telling you, one of the best things I did, oh, go ahead, was ask people to put the green hearts in the chat. I miss so much. I'm always doing a lot of multitasking. When people put the green hearts in the chat, letting me know that I just missed something, that's helped me so much. These are the people that are leaving the Nuggets game. Oh, look at that avalanche chain this kid has. Jeez. Yeah, boy. Flavor Flav. Well, here's Pee Wee Herman's e-bike right here. I'm going to be live for a little bit longer. I think tonight is probably going to be like a 2.5 hour stream. And then I'm going to come back out tomorrow night. So if you're not busy, please come back out tomorrow. Saturday is usually a little bit higher traffic. Even though there was just a basketball game and it let out, I think tomorrow is going to be better down here. If we come. I keep trying to see if, like, a lot of the stuff in Denver is kind of done by like 8:30 or 9, which is when I'd like to start. There are a lot of farmers markets, street fairs, stuff like that. They wrap up pretty early. I want to say the sun went down at like 4:40 tonight. Hey, thank you so much, Gregory, for the gifted sub. Hey, thank you guys so much. That's a lot tonight. Thank you, Ellie. Thank you, Gregory. Zach Stuff got in on it. What up, Zach? R.A. Clark, 420. Abel, no driving stun. Quiet night. Yeah, this is... Linda doesn't feel like this is a real city, especially going to a place like New York. You come back to Denver and you're like, wait, this is like Century City in LA. Yeah, it's just like a mini city. It doesn't feel like a real big city. It's bigger than Cheyenne, I feel like. I think if we start driving right now, we could be in Cheyenne, Wyoming in probably hour and a half, 2 hours. Denver's in the top right-hand corner kind of the state. And then Cheyenne is kind of close to the bottom. Candyland, hello, Jeremy. Please car window shop while we're in Cal. Hey, nice. Thank you for the request. I like that. Some people don't like when I do the car stuff, but I just like to see things I don't see every day. Like this root beer Jeep. I will definitely do some car shopping out there. I'll find your next DeLorean for you. Pink matte DeLorean with sprinkles. Cheyenne has a kick-ass McDonald's near a park. I will probably end up hitting that up. Oh, what are you doing, bro? Yeah, you got it. This is a decent place right here. Rio Grande. I like neon. I have a neon Broncos logo in my office. And I have a neon Vice City sign in my office from GTA. Texas Man in Black, what up? Is that the... Oh, no, that's a regular bus. There's a free pedestrian bus that is on 16th Street Mall, the Ped Mall. Whoa, bro's just in the road. Whoa, and what's he doing? What is he doing? He had some reindeer antlers on. Okay, we're about to take a lap over by where the bars are usually popping. It's pretty light right now. So this is a rooftop bar that usually goes off. I don't see anybody up there. This is an actual venue. Andy Bell, is that the dude from Ugly Duckling? The Darkness? I think I've heard of that. Wow, that usually has a ton of people. Maybe it seems like a lot of people take a break around Thanksgiving weekend. Unless you're in like the Black Friday retail shopping stuff. I didn't buy anything this year for Black Friday. I looked at 3D printers, but I didn't pull the trigger on any yet. Oh, is this dude really leaving right here? This is one of the best parking spots in Denver. If this guy on the left leaves, we might have to pull into this. Oh my God. The one time that we get this spot and there's nobody here. Oh no, there are just kids chilling right here in this car. See, I want to park there, but really there's nothing to look at. Oh, that would have been so prime if it was actually popping down here. Those kids that were in the car that I just showed, they had two of the hugest burritos I've ever seen. Like, they looked like the width of a football. I used to get this breakfast burrito in Hollywood. This is like 2002, 2003. The breakfast burrito was as big as like a little mini pillow. So I'd roll off my pillow, get in my car, drive to work, and then before I actually went into work, grab a edible pillow. A burrito as big as a pillow. Here's Jaguar Room. Nobody's here yet. Wow, it's 10:43. and it's this dead. This is Friday night. Wonder if there's something better going on that I just don't know about. Concert or something. I think it's people are just doing family stuff. This dude in front of me has a temp tag, and the temp tag says January 20th. So he just got this Dodge. I bet if we follow him for a couple blocks, we'll hear him like school the tires. I think he's so stoked. This thing's super clean too. Let's follow him for just a minute. Good night, everyone. See you tomorrow. Sonia, have a great night. Donald Fielding, anybody that's taken off, have a great night. Thank you for hanging out. A lot of people are out of town for Thanksgiving holiday. I always watch what the 405 highway looks like. I lived in the valley for a long time. I lived like 405 in Ventura, right there in Sherman Oaks. And so I always had to mess with that really terrible part of the 405 over by Getty. I do not miss that at all. I don't miss LA traffic at all. And then anytime people here complain about the traffic, I giggle internally. Like the worst day here is the best day in LA. This girl's wearing super summer outfit right here. Wow, nobody is out here. This is the most poppin' spot right here. This Irish bar. There's one person there. Oh, and look at this wrap. Hold on. Frog Zim, have a great night. What up, Brandy? What up, PX Dave? We're in Linda's car. We can see everybody that's around. Look at the bike guy. He was on the screen for a second. We're rolling in the Tesla tonight. It's sprinkled for just a very little bit, but the weather reports were saying that tonight was going to be the first night for snow, but it's 43 degrees. So even if it would have rained, it wouldn't have turned into sleet, wouldn't have turned into snow. No frozen farts yet for us. If you missed last Saturday's stream, that was like the full fart stream. Oh, what is this girl wearing? It looks like a 50s shawl. Like Peggy Sue. Oh, look at her boots. That's 80s style. Looking like Pat Benatar. Hit me with your best shot. You got 4 inches in Bozeman? This dude on my left is so close to me. It's a car of like young kids that are just going super fast. Oh, because it's Subaru. It looks like a WRX maybe. She's calling it Uber right there. This is the new guy we're keeping our eye on right here. Subaru guy. Whoa, look at her pants right here. They're bedazzled. Sorry, I know the focusing is not doing great. Have you and Linda looked into camping in Tesla mode? No. So one of my little cousins, his grandma has a Tesla, and because of that, he's more informed about what the Tesla can do than Linda and I, even after a couple months of having it. So when we were done with Thanksgiving dinner, we went out and drove around in the Tesla for a little bit. And he's like, can I play a video game? And I was like, yeah. He played this video game in the Tesla where... Oh, wait, hold on. I'm going to try to reverse right here. Where the steering wheel is the controller. So instead of using like an actual... PlayStation controller, which we do have in here, you play with the steering wheel. So it's like a car racing game and you're going left and right just using the steering wheel. What's this dude doing right here? Whoa, some deep ruts. Linda has a lot of this little design right here. She has some boxers that look like this. Angry, evil Japanese Homer. Cleans with a vengeance. Whoa, that's cool. That's new. I haven't seen that. I wish there were more pastry shops open. Southern California, it seems like there are a lot of donut pastry shops. This is an empanada shuttle right here. Empanada parking only. You can get the world famous Palisade peaches right there. Jeremy, did you get our email, Jack and Neve? I didn't. Tonight is going to be my night. Tonight and tomorrow night are going to be my 2 email nights. I know a lot of people were sending me messages that were like party related. I just got so backed up this week. I had a bunch of family in town. They're leaving on Saturday. I thought they were going to stay here a little bit longer, but I'm not going to see them for Christmas. I'm going to be in California most of December, so had to hang out with some family and friends. And now tonight, hopefully I have a little bit of time to do that tonight. If not tonight, tomorrow. So if you sent me an email in the last like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I haven't. 99% I haven't seen it. But hopefully I'll get to it this weekend. This is the Irish bar I like, Scruffy Murphy's. We could have it all to ourselves if we went in there. Soda bread. Actually, I wish Linda was with me tonight. This is when we really like to be out, when the crowds are just non-existent. Our favorite thing is just finding something that's super low-key. When I was talking earlier about that Tyler, the Creator concert, it's called Camp Flog Gnaw. Flognaw. Flog Gnaw. Camp Flog Gnaw. It's a carnival / concert / festival that happens, I think it happens in LA every year, or right outside of LA, like El Segundo-ish. And we were watching the whole festival. Like, we watched A$AP Rocky, Clips. I watched the whole Tyler set, and it was such an awesome concert. But then when you looked at standing in an area with just thousands of other people, that's the worst part for me, is like being in huge crowds now. Not a huge crowds fan. What up, Dev? Dev is another person that I owe an email to. Dev, I'm going to get back to you hopefully tonight or tomorrow. I did see a little bit of your email. Tegan, what up? I love going in the early hours when there's nobody around. So that's kind of how I started the streaming stuff. I've always been a night owl. Like, I always do a lot of stuff at night. I'd rather be up till like 2 or 3 in the morning and sacrifice those early hours. But this year, in February of this year, I turned 46. So I'm going to be like, oh, look at these girls over here. See, it is not cold at all. These girls don't even have jackets. I think the majority of the ski places are not even open yet. There's a big one called Keystone. I think they opened last weekend, which is very late. I really took for granted all of the 24-hour things pre-COVID. And after COVID happened and a lot of restaurants fired employees and a lot of businesses went out of business, a lot of restaurants went under, it just never has felt the same. You used to be able to go to Perkins 24/7, Village Inn, IHOP. There was a place in the valley called Dupar's that never closed. I used to go to Jerry's Deli on Ventura. That was 24 hours. The Jerry's Deli by La Cienega, or on La Cienega by Cedar Sinai, that was 24/7. And it's not like people stopped wanting to do it. It's just, I don't know, the vibe is different now. Dave Portnoy, one bite. How do people that are in the chat that are from Denver, how do you feel about Bojo's Pizza? I'm not a huge fan. There's this pizza here called Bojo's. It's kind of casserole, like New York deep dish style pizza. The crust is like a braided crust, and it's not bad. They have like a little ketchup bottle that's honey. So instead of it being filled with ketchup, it's like a little honey. And that is good on the crust. But I don't know. I'm not a fan of Boja's. There's a place in the mountains called Tommy Knocker. They have good pizza and they have really good root beer. They make like a micro brew root beer that's amazing. We have 500 people chilling. What up, everybody? Happy Friday. This is downtown Denver if you just got here late. I'm cruising this weekend on Friday and Saturday night. This is Friday night. So I'll be live for a little bit longer, but I'm also going to be live tomorrow night. If you are free, please come hang out with us. I'm not sure what time I'm going to get started. Probably sometime between 7 and 9 Mountain Time. Probably closer to 9. Cap, what up? How are you? What up, Ellie? What up, Echelon Sky, Jack and Neve, R.A. Clark, PX Dave, what up? Yeah, I'm going to be live for probably another like 10-ish minutes. Go home, reboot, and then I'll be back tomorrow night. But 450 people in here. Welcome, everybody. Hope you had a great Thanksgiving. My wife, some of her favorite food is the Thanksgiving turkey, corn pudding, scalloped potatoes, mashed potatoes. And so we've been eating Thanksgiving food since late Tuesday, early Wednesday. Whoa. It was great. Hopefully everybody got a lot to eat. I don't know why, but I like to do everything off peak. So if it's chocolate and flowers, you're not getting them on Valentine's Day. You're getting them like 2 weeks before or 3 weeks after. I like when things are reasonably priced. I rarely ever do trips on the holidays. Like actually traveling on Thanksgiving weekend or Christmas weekend. Even though I don't think I can avoid it this year, but usually I try to avoid anything where I think there's going to be a big crowd. Unless it's a Nuggets championship celebration. And then I do want to be yelling and partying with like thousands of people down here. If anybody missed that, so Denver Nuggets won the NBA championship in 2023. I was living in California, but I came back for that. And I waited around for like a week. I knew they were going to win it. Anybody that watched the season that year knew they were going to win it. And I was downtown when they won. It was absolute madness. The only terrible part was that the reception was so bad because everybody was on their phone. So I did document it. We do have a lot of video of people climbing up on the stoplights, jumping up and down on the poles, fireworks. It was madness. And probably 2 hours. There's some on my backup channel. The backup channel is called Jeremy Reed 1980. There's some footage on there. There's some footage here. It's worth checking out. Even though the reception wasn't good that night, that was Denver's first even trip to the finals. Maybe even, I don't even know if they've been to like the conference championship. To my knowledge, that was the first finals and the first win. Definitely the first franchise win, though. And the way it looks right now, we might have another one brewing. We have a better team this year than when we won in 2023. I think they can do it, too. Okay, this says in this parking lot, day rate 18 evening 35. And that's what it is to park at Ball Arena. It's $35. I think maybe it's a little pricier because this is the convention center. This is a hot parking lot. There's a lot of stuff you can walk to from here. Ooh, thank you, Ellie, for putting up my backup channel. We had 7,000 subs there, and I lost like 100 subs because I haven't been posting a lot of things lately. But I have some plans for that backup channel. Please sub over there. Or this big blue bear will visit you in your sleep tonight. Sadly, OKC team even better last year when they won the championship. Yeah, that was not a bad... I think if we beat OKC in that series, then we would have won. It came down to the last shots of Game 7, so... I mean, when you play in a Game 7 and lose, you just almost won it, so it's hard to feel bad about that. Dang, I need to get off the tracks. I'm on the light rail track right here. Oh, and this side's going already. This dude's playing Christopher Wallace right here. Love it when they call me Big Papa. The dime drop, show stop. Thank you to anybody that might have just joined my backup channel. I appreciate that. Hey, Jeremy in chat, what up? Jen W. One Timo, what up? I'm excited to see Ellie and Shannon next week. Anybody else that's coming to the party, I'm going to be seeing you very soon. I don't know what clothing to pack. It's 44 degrees in Denver. I've barely gotten any of my winter stuff out. I had the stocking cap on earlier for the gun stuff. But I haven't been riding yet. I haven't been up to the mountains. This is a cool pool hall. I wish Linda was with me. We would stop in there and play a game. Zanzibar that we passed earlier, that's a cool pool hall. And then Tarantula is cool. Oh, Linda is in the chat. What up, Rinda Lead in the chat? She says, go naked. Go naked, huh? Is that what the kids are saying this day and age? Go naked, 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 naked. That might be a sign that I need to wrap up the stream. It is 11 o'clock. This is what Friday night looks like on Black Friday. Oh, let me know in the chat. Is there any good Black Friday deals I should know about? You still have my attention. Let me know if there's anything that I need to still check out before Black Friday is over. I usually go to this two different snowboard sites. One of them is called Evo, EVO, and then the other one is called The House. It's a Minnesota snowboarding retail spot. Hey, Dev right here. Shout out to Dev. Keep on devin' in the free world. Dan-a-da-ding, dick-a-dick-a-ding-ding. Keep on devin' in the free world. Dev, 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 Dev. cover is black. Oh, Dev. This is Dev's stalker sprinter right here. Actually, this is probably what Dev drives. Big O party van. I could easily turn that into the Shaggy Muttmobile from Dumb and Dumber with the 2 dog ears on the side. Dev drives our party bus. That dude is current on his van tags. Yeah, he is. Keep on devin' in the free world. Dev is on the way to the party in the party van. That'll be so sick. It would be like when you can watch where Santa is. You can check Dev's GPS to see how far he is toward the party. That'd be so sick if Dev rolled up in like a grilled cheese truck or something. Just dripping queso all over. All right, I'm gonna take one more lap with everybody and then I'm gonna go home, get a little bit of sleep. I will be back in 21 hours, 22 hours, something like that. I'll be back tomorrow night, which is Saturday night. I think there'll probably be a little bit more action down here. Oh shit, hold on. Sorry. Oh, I'm screwing up right now. Hold on. I missed the turn. Oh, I got it. Sorry. I missed that turn by a little bit, but nobody was coming. All right, we're going to cruise just a little bit longer. Then I'm going to go home, but please come back tomorrow night. Same bat time, same bat channel, probably like 9 p.m. Mountain Time-ish. Oh, what do we have here? Purple Charger. Joker Mobile. Is this Nicola? Oh, is this the Jokic Mobile right here? The Serbian Dream. I get stage fright when I know that Linda's watching. Last weekend I came back and she was like, oh, I saw you eating in my car, when I won't let her eat in her own car. This is a nice Charger here on the left, this purple one. Looks like it's got a big body kit or something. Here, I'll roll it down so you can hear it roar. I like that they removed all the Charger stuff. Oh! That's the guy that acts like he's jumping in front of cars. The guy that we just passed back there. I've seen him before. He like acts like he's lunging toward traffic. Let's get next to this dude and check out the car. What is this? Purple Charger. Hey, thank you very much, Jen W. Jen, thank you so much. Thanks for joining my gallon. Hey, thank you so much. Not a lot of people are in my gallon. I appreciate you being in there. One charged battery credited to the account. Oh no, someone left their Arby's in the road right there. Felzu's in my gallon, yes. Thank you, Jen W. Thank you, Felzu. Thank you, everybody that is in my members, either one. Thank you to all the lurkers. I'm subscribed to the Deal Guy. He does a lot of videos this time of year. Is that the Costco guy? I think I watched that guy too. The guy that does different Costco deals. And then for Black Friday, he did, I think, a Walmart edition and then an Amazon edition. Linda and I watched that too. Deal Guy on YouTube's. Whoa, what is this Kick lady doing? Kick.com right there. Whoa. Here are the things that are on the drone. See these big stick figure guys? They have these two dudes or ladies in the drone show. So when we see the drone show, which is at 7 p.m., look for these dancing aliens. Hear that beeping? It's telling me that my passenger needs to buckle their seatbelt because it sees my phone. There's a little camera in here that sees my phone up, and it thought that I was the passenger. No, 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 no. I like this building. Hotel Tetro. Teatro. Hotel Tetro. A weird name. Oh, and thank you so much, Echelon Sky Denver. Thank you for chilling in here with us tonight. And thank you for the membership. And thank you, Ellie, for letting me know. It's Tetro. Am I still saying it wrong? It looks like a very expensive hotel. Ooh, I'm just gonna pull right up on the sidewalk right here. We're gonna end it right here on the David Cho. K-Town artist David Cho. Okay, let me read some names here. Thank you again, Dev. What up, Dev? I owe you an email. I'm going to email you probably tomorrow, maybe tonight, but sometime this weekend. What up, Heather? Whatever. Daniel. Shannon Hansen, great to see you. Johnny Katz, great to see you. Donald Fielding. Jack and Neve. She's in her Adidas and she did really well as she only got into the 100-meter sprints this year. Awesome. All right, thank you so much to everybody that hung out with me tonight. If you're not busy, please check back in tomorrow. We're going to do a cruise tomorrow night. Please leave comments. I would really appreciate that. I read all the comments. Thank you to the people that leave comments. Huge shout out to my mods. Thank you to Dev. Thank you, LEE. Thank you, Zach Stuff. Anybody that watches these streams, even if you don't comment, if you just watch, that's fine. Thank you for that. And then please, even if you don't tune in tomorrow night, please tune in next week. 3 very special streams next week. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I'm going to be in California. I think we're going to run into some cool stuff. So please come tomorrow night. If I don't see you, have a wonderful weekend. And please hang out next week. Mwah. Love you. See you tomorrow night. Bye.